Good morning, friends. Hope everyone is well. I'm going to try something that I've never tried before on this, and we will see if it works. Didn't think to do it until right as I hit the go button. So we're working on the fly here. Okay. All right. Let's see how this goes. Okay. See, is anyone here? Comments. No one's here yet. Okay. It is Tuesday, right? It is 10 a.m. All right. Everyone is out enjoying the beautiful weather we have. Jill is here. Interesting. It didn't show that you were here. Didn't show I had a viewer. Good morning, Jill. By way of announcements, friends, we have a garage sale for children's ministry on Friday and Saturday, but we need help on Thursday. We would love your help for that. Either setting up Thursday, coming Friday, coming Saturday, coming and buying things. I don't know. I'm sure you can find something to buy. We've found stuff to buy last year, and so yeah, there's always some good stuff. I mean, there's always good stuff. It's not just some of it's good, but it's all good stuff. But there's always something that maybe you want. Maybe you want something to buy, and maybe you want a bookshelf, or maybe there's a chair or a mirror or dishes or fish tank equipment or a drill or a weed whacker. Maybe you want some stemless wine glasses. Maybe you want a fun hat. I'm trying to think of all the stuff that I put in the pile to bring from my house. So, we'll hope you'll come participate, come help. I know we would love getting help setting things up, pricing things, running the event. It's going to be for good stuff, good cause of VBS, and then whatever's above and beyond we use for VBS will go towards the children's playground, which hope that you've continued to contribute to that. We would love to see that be able to happen sooner than later. So be praying about how you might continue to contribute to that if you've not been doing so, or if you haven't contributed yet, we'd love for you to consider how the Lord might use you to help provide for that. Other announcements, potluck after service on the 18th, extended fellowship time. We're not having our usual annual picnic, so this is going to be picnic themed. So we hope you'll stay after service and participate in that. Hang out. We'll have games on the mound. It's not a mound to me, and it's never been a mound to me, but it was a mound, so we call it the mound, even though it is flat. It may have a slight slope. It'll be a good time. Hope you'll participate. Bring some food. We'll have hot dogs and hamburgers like the normal church picnic. And there's going to be someone who is a worker that is affiliated with one of the groups we support that will be sharing during that time about what God is doing on the other side of the globe. So we hope you'll participate in that. And I think those are the only announcements. Night of worship is past, which what a fantastic time that was. Man, so encouraging. And then being all together in one service, also awesome and equally encouraging. And yeah, so VBS information meeting after service on this Sunday. So if you want information about serving in VBS, we would love for you to hang out after service. Mel and Josh will share about the VBS Destination Dig. I guess someone already has dibs on the Indiana Jones outfit, so I don't get to do it. But I mean, how awesome would that be? And then, so yeah, if you want information about serving, we would love for you to hang out after service and find out more about that, and find out the various ways that we need help. So hang out after service and get info about that. Throw your name in the hat, so to speak. All righty. Well, today is a very special day in my life, and I thought it would be interesting to reflect upon Providence in light of it. Today, July 6th, and actually this year is the 20th anniversary of my spiritual birthday. So I became a Christian on July 6th, 2001. So 20 years ago, I trusted in Jesus. And feels like, I mean, it's kind of forever ago. I've been a Christian longer than I've been than half my life at this point. So been a Christian longer than I wasn't a Christian. And I thought it would be important to consider what part Providence plays in our coming to faith in the Lord. And I think as we look at Providence and the way that God did work in our lives, we can see how God uses different things to draw people to himself. So how does the Lord work in Providence to draw us to himself? One verse that I think really hits us on the head, this idea that the Lord being at work in every aspect of our life, is this verse. Ooh, look how fancy I'm getting. It's popping up on the screen. Acts 17:26. And he made from one man every nation of mankind to live on all the face of the earth, having determined allotted periods and the boundaries of their dwelling place. So this verse tells us that God is at work in every aspect of our life. And if we were to consider how the Lord draws us, he uses all those things. And I think of the things in my life that the Lord used to draw me. Yeah, it's much easier to read, huh, Jill? It's much easier to read it that way. So I'm going to start doing it that way from now on. That's way better. See, I'm slowly improving on these things. We'll get there eventually, totally. Probably not, but like I think of all the things that the Lord used to draw me to himself. And yet my story of being drawn to the Lord is different from other people's stories. Some people, they're like, man, I grew up in a Christian house. I was born in the pew. I was there the first Sunday after I was born, and I was just there the whole time. And I came to faith at 5, and I was baptized at 7. And the Lord used Christian parents to draw you or someone you know to faith. Then others of us, we have to be the younger brother, the prodigal son who goes off and goes crazy and is lives a wild life. And then the Lord makes them realize, come to our senses, that we need Jesus. And so we come to him, and I think of the things that ultimately drew me to God, these providential things that I would have never asked for, yet he used them. Like my parents' divorce. Now, God hates divorce, but God providentially allowed it. We see in the book of Acts chapter 4 that God providentially, the cross was planned before the foundation of the earth. And so God, in his miraculous way, can allow, whatever terms we want to talk about, human beings to do sinful things, and yet God accomplishes his bigger purpose through them. And so I think of my parents' divorce and how the Lord hated that, and yet the Lord used it for his good purpose to draw me to himself, because it was my own dissatisfaction, my own hurt, my own pain, that although I used it to rebel against God initially, was one of the things that drew me to him. was striking to me is that God loved me, even though I felt like no one loved me other than my mom. And so the Lord providentially used that experience in my life to draw me to himself. And in John chapter 6, we see that all who the Father draw to Jesus will come to him. And so the Lord uses these things, in our life to draw us to himself. He providentially ordains all the circumstances of our lives to pull us closer. They act a bit like gravity, and so they are inescapable, and we come to them. Sometimes they work slowly, and sometimes they work quickly. I drop to the earth rather quickly if I'm 2 feet up. If I jump out of an airplane, it takes a lot longer to hit the ground. One's more painful than the other, unless you have a parachute. But the Lord is using those things to draw us to himself in salvation. So God has providentially ordained the things that will occur in our life that will be used by him ultimately to work in us, to draw us to him and cause faith. So there's a bit of the Holy Spirit working in our lives and regenerating us, but also God using things for us to our natural experiences to cause us to call out in faith. So maybe you can think of things in your own life that God used to draw you to himself that he did through his providence. You think of maybe you had someone come into your life that shared Jesus with you when you were 10. Maybe you had a Christian babysitter when you were 7, or maybe you had a grandma who faithfully prayed for you and would encourage you and constantly tried to point you to Jesus. And so we look at these different things, these different aspects of everyone's varying story, because my story is very different than your story, and the Lord using them to bring about his good purpose of salvation in our lives. And so that verse, I wanted us to just spend a little bit of time thinking about and reflecting that God has ordained where we live and where we grow up and who our family is and who our neighbors are and what type of family we come from. And yet he uses all that to draw us to himself. And it's a wonderful mystery that the Lord can use such a varying means of his action to bring us to salvation and faith. So I hope that encourages you, friends. I would encourage you to spend some time reflecting upon the things that drew you to the Lord initially, and how the Lord has worked in his providence to draw you to himself continually. I hope that sparks some thoughts for you. All right. I hope you have a great day, and we will see you Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Yeah. Okay. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.